Hey everyone, it's me, Speed Force Legends, and now I'm going to be doing my review for Arrow Season 6. And based on the title, you're probably wondering, do I think this season is good or bad? Well, short answer, it's good. But why I chose that for the title is because this was kind of the first one in the middle for me in terms of quality. You already know that. Well, we all loved the first two seasons. Season 3 I actually loved, and honestly more than Season 1. And Season 4 was pretty bad, we all agree on that. And Season 5 is arguably the best season. And Season 6, well, it's nowhere near as bad as Season 4. In fact, it's not bad at all. But definitely not as good as the first three seasons or Season 5. I mean, I do agree this is better than some of the weaker seasons of The Flash, but still, coming off of Season 5, this is kind of a letdown, but obviously this is in no means a bad season. In fact, Season 4 proved that as well. In fact, the things I really did not like was the whole Caden James storyline where he has more screen time as the villain than Ricardo Diaz, who is actually the real main villain because, well, he was behind it all. I know a lot of people include Caden James in their villains rankings. Well, spoiler alert, once I do that in like 2 months in the future or something, I'm not going to be including him because rewatch this season, you might realize that it was Ricardo Diaz all along. Okay, that was weird. Anyway, since he killed his son and set it all up in the first place. Although really, he was just a hacker, and at first I thought he was kind of a bad villain because a hacker for Arrow does not work for Oliver's rivalry. Even Damien Dark would be a lot better, and he was way too overpowered. Well, maybe it's just the bad writing, I guess. Although, here, he felt more like a Felicity rival or something. But then, I also did not like the whole thing about John Diggle being the new Green Arrow. I thought that was kind of weird and pretty boring for almost the same reasons why Barry's been absent a little bit in Season 4, which I know people complain about that in Season 7, but in Season 4, what I mean by that is when he was in prison, he could have done a lot of badass moments, like I heard in Arrow Season 7, Oliver does, but then it really dragged out. Anyway, that's The Flash. This is Arrow. Although, I really still liked that Deathstroke storyline where Oliver actually still felt like the main character, unlike Season 4 where it was the Felicity spinoff. And also, this is Slade Wilson's second best season. Obviously, Season 2 is the best because he was the main villain. And Season 6, he's incredibly badass as an anti-hero and proves once again on why he is one of the best supervillains and one of the best characters in all DC Comics, at least in my opinion. And I do agree with what the Black Lion says that he should get a spin-off show. I don't know if he can't or anything because CW doesn't want to or because he dies later on. I don't know. if he does, die, don't tell me because, well, I don't need any more spoilers than I already have. And Ricardo Diaz actually turned out to be a great villain with an engaging storyline. He was very ruthless, and I think probably better than Ra's al Ghul, but maybe if I know about his Richard Dragon counterpart in the comics, that's debatable, but since I don't know anything about Richard Dragon, I'd say this Ricardo Diaz is better than the Ra's al Ghul on the show, because Ra's al Ghul, he's not saying he doesn't work on Arrow, unlike Damien Darhk, but he still is kind of better as a Batman opponent, but I do like how this is more accurate to the comics, while Ricardo Diaz, he was still pretty badass, very ruthless, and like Prometheus, technically won, and also he really had a good motivation too, and also proved Kanan James wasn't so bad that his son died, although I thought he was pretty bad when it was like, oh, I just want to take over the world and destroy it, wahahaha, which, I've seen worse, but still, I kind of wanted more in-depth info about that. So, Arrow Season 6, it didn't, piss me off as much as some of the later seasons of The Flash, if you've already seen my videos about that constantly. But it was still pretty boring all the way through, aside from the Deathstroke storyline, once it got to Ricardo Diaz's true villain reveal. And I'm pretty excited for Season 7. I know there's a lot of mixed opinions about that. Although, from what I know, it's pretty interesting to say the least. So, yeah. Like this video, subscribe if you're new, and comment below any video ideas you got for me. And let me know your thoughts on Season 7, what you thought of this review, and what your thoughts are on this season. So, yeah. Feel free to do everything already. Comment below. Daddy likes the metal. Voice Devo, Hotel Trivago. Lego. Seriously. Go away now.